We are live! Hello, everyone!
Welcome back!
Ciao, Bella! Ciao, Olga! Welcome!
Oh my God. It was whole year since we met last time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we met last year. Same place, same time.
But now it's time again for another Stamperia Live. And today we have MixMedia Extravaganza Part 2 with Belinda Basson and Olga Heldwein live for us and Stamperia friends who are already commenting. Hello everyone, how are you? Hello. So, how are you girls? Are you fine?
Good,
Fine.
always good.
Yeah, fine and super excited. Today is the stage 2 of Extravaganza. So, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I have my project.
I love your hair, Olga, your earrings, also your Google Glass, Belinda, beautiful. If you want,
I just flew in, of course.
You want mine?
I also have Googles. I have my Lady Vagabond outfit ready, so we can dress it up.
Okay, hello everyone. Hello friends all around the world. Alicia, hello friends from all around the world. Sue.
It's so awesome. I know people who have set their alarms in Australia. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Is Jason in the house?
I don't know. I don't see the comments. When we switch the
I've
camera.
got to look that way to see the comments. So I see Sue. I see Vina, Sky Blue Hippie. I mean, she's from the other side of the world, so it's also middle of the night for her.
We have Jennifer from Cape Town. Good Cindy. Hello, yes. Cindy.
Jason's here. Jason's here. I see his comments.
Mr. J. Jason asked for, to especially greet Omar from him because, when he didn't see Omar on the poster, he was like, Omar is not going live with you, then I don't watch it. So
No. I'm here. And thank you to following. Thank you so much. Of course, but you are too gorgeous, so you are enough for one poster. We don't need it. Okay, so girls, let's start with our intro.
Okay, so I will flip the camera so everyone can see my desk and the project, and we can go back to that setting later on.
Okay.
Hi everybody, how are you? I'm Andonis. For us, just you see now the rice paper. Okay, I'm doing a small panel. The rice paper is exactly the same size, pretty much, to do more blending. But me, I have Mark here, my bro.
I don't have graphic. But...
Cristina Radovan.
Que son muy bonitas las glamour.
¿Qué tal?
Hola Sara, ¿cómo estás?
Pasta de textura.
Shows you how to create the molded items
for you called crystal resin.
Lo podemos aplicar tranquilamente. Si queréis una capa bastante buena, se pueden diluir con agua si queréis.
Glue the rice paper all over the place and then...
È un pochino sì, però è affascinante, molto rilassante.
Che bonito, Silvia. What a nice atmosphere you create with your birthday.
See you tomorrow. Okay, so we are ready. Just 2 seconds. Remember to share our live right now. Here we are. Share the video, because tomorrow we will have Stamperia Cafe with Giovanni Marin, and we will announce the winner of the pizza box. Let me do an inception, if I can do it inside. Okay. This is just my craziness. Okay, so I see. Just what we did last time, Belinda.
Okay. So I've got, I put paint in the background, the aqua colors, last time, and I used a stencil and I put the crackle, the gold crackle. I don't know if you can see those gorgeous cracks if I hold it up close. It cracked beautifully over time. Then I had a second canvas and a third one, and as you can see, I've got everything ready for today. And I used the same stencil with the clear crackle over the same background. And so I put a little bit more of the vintage paste over this one than I did over this one, to show you that even though they are the same, they can look a little bit different. And I have prepared, last time I showed you this that I created from my molds, and I have prepared a second one because I needed a little bit more. And my trick with these flat texture molds is to use double-sided tape and stick them to a really nice thick piece of packaging so that they sit nice and flat, and then it's really easy, or you can peel them off again, but it's also really easy to get your molded items off. So I've got that ready for today. And so that's as far as we had got last time.
Exactly, because all now, it's Belinda was showing us, we did last time in the previous episode of Extravaganza Part 1 that is available on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want, you can watch it all the live, and you can do all these things that Belinda showed us. Really beautiful, really beautiful. But she shows step by step how to do it. Okay, so now let me see what's happening in Olga house. Olga, hello.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, figure it out, the new setting. Yeah, so, oh my God, what we did last time, we did a lot.
Yeah,
yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I took like a basic board from the store, and I covered it with rice papers. We added some texture with my very, very favorite cream paste. When I saw Belinda's canvas, I was like, oh no, I have to have those crackles. So I also have the crackle paste, the translucent one here, with the same stencil that is on the Belinda piece. And we also put some clay with the texture pressed from Antoni's stamp set. And I also have those letters. Actually, we didn't consult about that, but we both had the same idea. Mine are barely visible because I used Stamperia clear resin for them, so it's hard to see them now, but they will pop up at the very last stage of the project, I hope. I saw some hellos from Poland, from Krakow, and
yeah. Okay. So,
hi,
Monica. So, girls, who wanna start? So let's follow one by one.
Let's go with Bella, and I can read the comments. Oh, we have Nunu in the house from the
Vagabond team. Okay, so what I've got is my 3 canvases that I've prepped, as Omar explained last time for you, and I have a bit of a plan. When I'm doing a project, I like to have a bit of a theme or a story going. And seeing as I've used this once upon a time, I thought I'd tell a bit of a story of that video that Omar created for Sir Vagabond and Lady Vagabond. And if you haven't watched it, go and find it online. It is just the cutest thing. It actually made me cry happy tears when I saw it the first time. So what he did is he used this little message in a bottle, and he used, I know now we'll all be singing. That seems to be a theme anyway. We always sing. So I have got leftovers here of this paper. It's the Lady Vagabond. You can actually see where I have cut it out over here. And I'm going to tear these up because he used these in the video as the water with this in it. So I'm going to tear those up and put them at the bottom. And part of the Once Upon a Time thing is also this writing. So I want to have this molded writing because it tells a story. It has words that you can actually read, but it doesn't really make sense, if you know what I mean. It's just a texture in the background. And so I want to have the Lady Vagabond and the Sir Vagabond airships with this in the middle, joining the two together. So it'll be like a story. And for those of you wondering, no, we're not going to finish today, and that's not going to be Olga's fault because she has a bad rap for not finishing, but there will be part 3 next week.
Okay, this is
Anna says that her vagabondomania goes on, and she's convinced that after today's live, she will create another piece. And Terry Dreamwood's Butterfly, she will stay with us without commenting because she's at work. And we have Leanne, we have Karen Nobet, we have Liana saying hello.
From Greece, thank you so much to be here live. In Bergamo, Monica. Ciao, Monica. Un bacio.
Ciao, Monica.
And Mr. Radio, già mi manchi.
Agnieszka says that she loved your Vagabond suitcase, and she's on Vagabond fever as well.
It's an addiction, I tell you, it's an addiction. Right, so I'm going to start with this one at the bottom. And you'll notice when you tear paper, you're always going to get one side will have the raw edge and the other side will have the not so raw edge. So what I want like the white waves of the water. So I'm having torn it all apart. I'm going to just re-tear this one carefully so that I get the white water waves on the top.
We have Tamar in the house. Tamar Perry from RT. Hello, teammate.
Our friends from Big Apple, New York. It's cold in New York? Here it's cold.
New York, yes.
She's on. Whole Lady Vagabond team is in the house, basically.
That is so awesome. I love my team. They are creating the most amazing things. So I'm going to have that one there, and then I'm going to hide that rough edge underneath there, like that.
Will you do that to every piece so they go like cohesively together, or will it be just like each one of them will be separate story?
So it's each one will be like a separate story, but it'll be a cohesive story at the end once I'm finished. And I'm even considering going to the hardware store, which is one of the few stores that are still open in hard lockdown, and getting some hinges, some real hinges, so that I can actually hinge this as a standing piece. Well, I might just use my fake hinges. I will see how that goes. But for now, I'm going to...
I just saw that Omar is cheating and he's sharing the video to also win a pizza box.
I won my pizza box.
I'm pretty sure that Giovanni will not agree for that kind of deal.
I want a pizza box full of old Lady Vagabond stuff. You see, Belinda, you see in Stampers Worldwide, our Facebook group community, all the projects they're finally coming out because the products are arriving in the store and people are going crazy with creating beautiful project with Lady Vagabond collection. Are you proud of yourself, Bella?
Oh my word, you can't believe how amazing it feels to see everybody's projects as they pop up on everywhere, on the Stampers Worldwide, on people's Facebook pages, on YouTube.
Stampers Worldwide, guys, you just rock. You know, I check groups just before I will go to bed, so I'm just like browsing through them. Oh my God, those projects that are people sharing there, suitcases, albums, all kinds of stuff, and everything is so gorgeous. And you know, Bella, I think I'm more proud of Bella than she is, because I feel like going on the street and, you know, just shuffling my phone in the people's faces, like, hey, look, it's my friend, and that's how she it's her line.
It's a really crazy feeling.
Jemima is here. See, and she's also super proud of you. So yeah, actually, we have whole team. I also saw our super secret DT members. So.
I love this comment from Jason. After last night, I have to buy stone paper because yesterday we have this live with Monica Paruta with the bags, and I know that women and bags is a combination that is like explosive. So people really love this video. Thank you so much. And we have
Monica is so good with all the different products. She's so knowledgeable.
We have a new friend from South Africa. You're welcome. Hello. And I see who is.
We had some comments. I think that Maria was saying "Hola, ladies." So hola.
Oh, my mother. Ciao, mama. Always here to support me and support you.
Sue says, Olga, we all feel like that. Very, very proud of your creation. Yeah.
Thank you. That means so much. And it's just, everybody has been, I don't know, it's just, it's so invigorating to see people's different ideas. Everybody's got everybody buys the same paper pad and the same molds and the same everything, and just how differently everybody's using them, and everybody's imaginations are just, it's so heartwarming.
And so inspiring because, even sometimes it happens that you buy a line, probably not Vagabondes, because there is no option that you would not have idea how to use it. But, you buy a paper line because you like it and then you don't know how to start. So, groups like Stampers Worldwide, oh my God, that's hard to pronounce, a spot where you can go and check others people ideas, let them to inspire you to to help kick in your creativity. Just awesome.
Alda received the Lady Vagabond papers. So oh my God, stay ready. Ciao, Alda. We can wait to see your imagination on Lady Vagabond.
Okay, so I've now reinvented your waves. I just thought that was so cool. And now I've got my little
familiar. It's familiar.
My little bottle in there.
Hi, Olga. It felt weird to say hi, Olga, to another Olga. I'm just saying you that.
Okay, so now we need, and the other line that came out at the same time as Sir and Lady Vagabond is the calligraphy line, as well as the cats and orchids. And I have poured with resin some of the pens from this line and some of the nibs. So I've just created a few objects that I will be able to play with just now. And where can I put that? Oh, the floor, yes. So I'm going to be painting all of my resin pieces and so on together in a while. But because it's the Once Upon a Time, I wanted the storyline. So probably I will have one of the pens up here or coming off there or something. I haven't quite worked that out. It's one of those ideas that you have in your head, and until you've actually got the pieces in your hand, you take a little bit of time to work it out. And then the other thing
Linda, hold on for a second. Linda says that she's another proud follower of you from Cape Town. And Stephanie Stellington, she's from Texas. She says hello, and she's asking about Stamperia in USA. So Stephanie, if you will tag Stamperia in your comment, later on someone will go back and reply to your
Stamperia's put it in for you already.
Yeah. Marketing online, so we will answer to you. If you have any question, where I can find the product, whatever, just type in the comment, and Gabriela will back to you.
Yes, but please remember they need to say where they live, because where I found the product, where can I find the product? If you don't say I'm from the USA or France or Holland or wherever, it's hard for.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Yes, Stephanie, if you will still struggle about USA, I have couple links, so just message me on private chat.
Yeah, but Stamperia's put a whole lot on, so they're pretty good. Gabriella's very good at getting back to people with things like that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is, this is the little book, the reversible book from the 8x8 paper pad.
Belinda,
and because
this book is coming, of course, from one of your papers, but it's already front and back. It's like that, right?
Yes, it
you
comes
just need
like
to cut
this.
out.
So you just need to cut it out, and somewhere I have the original, so I can show you. So this is the 8x8 paper pad.
The tiny one. Okay.
And this is
Vagabond scrapbooking collection. Okay.
Yes, and if you're lucky enough to have the first edition, this is a collector's piece because the paper pads that I received today no longer have this on, which means that the collector's pieces have sold out.
Yeah,
so if you find it in a shop, snap it up.
If you put me on the screen next to Bella, I have the 12x12 paper with the notebook, so I can show how it looks from one and the other side.
Yes, wait.
Yep, so where is my... There we go. So
it looks like that. We have booklets on the bottom, and here is the notebook. And if you look on the other side, there is a cover, and they match. They lined up. So you have, when you cut it out, you have it pretty on both sides. It's such a clever idea.
So the same, I've got the small paper pad here, and exactly the same works. So these books, these little books, are a mirror image of what's on the other side. So when you cut them out, you have the perfect repeat. And so this is what I have cut out today for my notebook, because this is the book that I want to have on my piece. And I am going to hunt down my... oh, there it is. It's my little ball tool, because I want to be able to score on the back over here, because I want to have a little mini book that I will create more of next time. So I just score on that fold line.
You're not cutting it, just...
No, it's just like pressing to, just to...
Yes.
Cause paper
to help the paper
fold,
fold, because otherwise it will fold where it feels like folding. And I'm going to tuck that in there. So I'm using these as little tuck spots so that I can then pull that out and I can have a whole little story going on in there. So that's what I have planned for the beginning of this one. Are you ready, Olga, to take over while I set up to do my painting?
I keep, I keep poking the chipboard all the time and looking at the comments and what you are doing. I totally forgot that I'm doing something as well. So all right.
We have a question, Belinda. We have a question from Sandra. Does the second edition have the same papers as the first edition?
Yes, it's just it's absolutely identical. It just doesn't have this little first edition 2020. This is a new thing that Stamperia came up with for Antoni's Sir Vagabond and the Lady Vagabond, just as something different and special. And so it's exactly the same inside as this, but it just doesn't have this little corner tag on. So that's just something different.
A special perk, like you have collectibles, like you buy the books and you have the first print, so it's the same rule.
Yes, so that's the same idea.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to carry on getting ready, because what I need to do next is paint all of these. So I'm going to set up to get ready to paint them. So I've got 2 pens, and I have some nibs, and I have Sir Vagabond's airship, and I have Lady Vagabond's airship, and I have these 2 pieces that I need to prepare. Then I've also prepared some of the pipes.
I love these pipes. This idea is brilliant because you can create infinity pattern and infinity tube.
And also, look, you can even make them 3D. So
Yeah.
I've just taken out these two, and if you join them together, you
This
get
is absolutely
dimensional 3D pipes.
steampunk
They're so
must
cool.
have, I think. I really think that this is a steampunk must have to create infinity pipes and gorgeous.
Yes, because now you can have them going any way you want. So there are bigger. Let me find something dark to put them on so that you can see better. So you have the corners, you have the bigger corners, so they're slightly different. Then you have what I call the T-piece, the T-junction. Then you have all the straights, and they also come in the large and the small, and you can mix and match them. And you've got the little screw heads over there, and then in the pipes you've got the skinny and you've got the large. So it's really, really endless what you can actually do with those. So, and again,
the
you
pipes
can.
are one of her favorites, yes, because they're very versatile. And the other stamps later we will see when Belinda will color it. You will see how many details they have. The 3D details of our stamps, our molds.
Molds are unbelievable. They really, really are unbelievable. And then the last one that I have got, because one of the tags that I'm going to be stenciling just now is from the stencil that has the tag on it that says "Let your dreams be your compass." So this is from Sir Vagabond's silicone mold. I think it was it's a silicone mold.
Bella, you're stealing stuff from the Sir Vagabond. It's starting the contamination. Okay.
Oh, of course. I mean, we have Sir Vagabond's airship sneaking in. And we have, I love to mix and match. That's the amazing thing about Stamperia's products, is just because something belongs to the Sir Vagabond line or the Cats and Orchids line or the calligraphy line, or you can even mix and match some of the older ones like the Voyager Fantastique. I mean, that would work perfectly with this. So there's no reason why you can't combine everything. Of course, I'm using all the latest stuff because you know what it's like. Shiny new toys, you want to play with them all.
I'm happy that you're saying that because I also have a lot of stuff from Sir Vagabond. So when Oma said that we are stealing from Sir Vagabond, I was like, oops.
But that's the amazing thing, is that the Sir Vagabond and the Lady Vagabond, the color scheme was all designed to go together. So I'm seeing on Stampers Worldwide the most amazing projects.
You know, you can put them both together on one project and they will not have a fight. They will get along perfectly.
Of course, they had to go and find each other all the way from London to New York.
Jess is saying that it's so true and they complement one another.
Okay, so I'm going to be coloring these to match the gold that I've got on here, because gold, this is going to be my centerpiece, and these two are going to be going on either side. And I'm sure you've seen me do it before, where I use the alcohol inks to color, and then I use the Cerantica over the top to pick up the gold and to pick up all the details. So that's what I'm going to be using for these two pieces. And then I'm going to be using rust and paint, the Allegro paint, on these items. So
I love that technique with alcohol inks and Cerantica. And Jason is
okay, there's a question. Olga's asking what is the name of the medium that I've put in the mold. I use resin.
It's resin. In Polish it will be żywica. Ważne jest, żeby nie była epoksydowa, tylko poliuretanowa. Jeżeli potrzebujesz więcej informacji, napisz do mnie prywatną wiadomość i wszystko ci wyjaśnię.
Tak.
Yeah, we are fine. Tak.
Tak. It's my only Polish word. Tak. Okay.
But so, Jason invited all three of us to Australia. I'm just mentioning, it's like I'm already packed.
Let's go.
Yep, I'm there.
I'm ready.
See you there. What time? What flight? Okay.
So alcohol ink. Okay.
I'm using the alcohol inks, and remember, I got the samples, so
Yes.
these
Now
they have the little. They come out with black bottle tops, so mine are slightly different. And I feel like having a more pink ship this time. Last time I used the turquoises and greens, but this time I'm going to use the pink. And what I do is I literally just dot it on where I want it, and if it bleeds, it doesn't really matter because I can fix that later. Let's have the top of the ship there. There's some pipes going there. I'm going to put the pink everywhere. I will help it with my brush, but at the moment it's just easier to
pour it. Okay. This is the new line of alcohol colors that we will come out soon. This is a very something new, totally new. So it's very easy to put it just on the mold. I see it's not dripping.
Yeah, because it's because it's alcohol ink, then you can use it on all the surfaces that you would not like to use paint or something water soluble like watercolors, because it will just adhere beautifully, and it will be permanent. Oh my god, that's a hard word.
You said it so eloquently.
Oh.
Let me say that the color is very rich.
It's just very Belinda pink. It's very Belinda pink.
I don't use this color nearly enough. In fact, I'm going to use it everywhere.
Hello.
I've just decided.
Okay. Asunción canta todo de Stamperia. Bienvenida, Asunción.
So we're going to have a very pink house. I'm going to make the whole house pink.
Pink house in the middle of Pink Street.
Pink house. We will have a pink house. We will make the whole ship pink.
And Olga, what are you doing?
I figure out my general composition, because today we will make the composition. I will not put a lot of colors. So I have here like my mold prints with the white resin from both Lady and Vagabond. I have some chipboards from they perfectly match both collections, and you get them in this way. It will be visible better. You get a A4 sheet with full of different elements, and there is a couple of them to pick from, like the heat mechanism. There are smaller clocks and the clocks in the different style, and I just picked bits and pieces here and there to see what will work. I also have
just a second. We have a question. Maybe it's for Belinda. Adzel is asking what clay can be used if not resin. Can we use clay instead of resin?
Yes, you can absolutely use clay instead of resin. The trick to getting these detailed molds out of your clay, or if you're using clay, to get them out, is to put them in the freezer for 10 minutes. A minimum of 10 minutes.
Yeah, we checked that yesterday. It works.
It works really, really well.
Can you say it again? I need to take notes.
So these molds are really detailed, and some of them, like here, they're very like it's a really small point. And if you're working with clay, sometimes when you're trying to push them out, if the clay is still very soft, it wants to bend and break and damage here. So what we've discovered is if you put the clay item, so you put your clay into all your molds, you put the whole mold in the freezer for about 10 minutes, then when it comes to taking them out, it is very easy to just pop them out of the molds. Sometimes you have to leave them in a bit longer, because basically what it is it freezes the water that is in the clay, and it makes it hard and allows it to pop out so much easier.
Yeah, we have a confirmation for the clay. It's not like we are lying here. It's tested.
Theory.
So I have a lot of elements that I already run in my molds. I also use oh my gosh, the name crystal resin in the mold. This one is actually Antoni's mold. It's not perfectly clear in my case because I was testing the clay and I didn't clean my mold, so it just
No,
stopped.
but also, Olga, the silicone molds have a rougher texture, so the texture
this
of
one
the
is-
silicone mold
this one is
will affect
perfectly-
the clarity.
I'm afraid that in this case, I have to blame the
user.
The user basically, because I was playing yesterday with the clay and how they work, and I used this mold by Antoni's. They are silicone, and I also have my mold from Lady Gaga done, because I was thinking that I could add a couple of hinges here and there. And I have the clay, it's called, oh my God, and I put the paper, okay.
This is
it's
Super soft
Stamperia.
clay.
Yeah,
The extra light,
Stamperia.
super soft clay.
I will not run to my freezer, to be fair. So we will test the clay without going to for an extra trip to my fridge. I will not take you guys to the kitchen. No way. No way. No way.
We have a friend from Granada, very close to here, está muy cerca de mí, que doesn't understanding, but she's following. The art is la arte no tiene idioma y palabras. I want to remember that the purpose of our lab is to experiment all the techniques and everything. So this is the purpose of the lab, just to test, and maybe we can discover new and amazing technique. I see that Belinda is going on with coloring now the wings, and let's see Olga what she's doing.
I put a couple of drops of oil into my mold, to make sure that I can get out my hinge without any issues. But then you will struggle a little bit with putting clay to the mold, because it wants to immediately unstuck from the mold. Let's put this guy here. And if you play with any kind of oil, because you can use the coconut oil or olive oil, the cooking stuff. But remember to not put anything on top of your clay, because oil and gluing is not going well together. If you will have the oil on top of your clay, then you will struggle a lot with gluing it on your piece, because it will want to come off. Okay. And trust me, we had the famous.
We had a whole live where we had to watch Olga holding items in place for hours while she waited for the glue to take because of the oil on her project.
So I have one of the hinges. I don't need.
Olga, Beatrice is asking if I read it well, if you put the oil, yes, on dans le mold, inside the mold.
Yeah, I dropped basically 2 drops, and I'm using this one because I just have it handy on my desk. I use it to clean my space from all the kind of waxes. I clean the workspace with the oil, and I just spread it with the brush. And usually one spreading will last you for a couple prints. I did one, and I don't want whole hinge, because I want a part of it, and it will hang on the edge of my project. So basically, I'm aiming for getting a little bit more than half, and I would like it to be quite thin, because otherwise it will dry for ages. And hopefully, if I will.
Hold on just a second. We have another question. If the Pulse is asking if the resina is a product from Stamperia. Claro que sí, por supuesto, es la nueva resina de Stamperia. Esta resina que es totalmente transparente, Crystal Resin se llama, es su nombre, y sale en una bicomponente, tiene 2 componentes, lo A y lo B, que se mezclan en cantidad igual, la misma, 1 a 1, y se obtiene así todo esto increíble resultado. Vale, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm pressing and I'm trying to get all the details. So for most people, it will be less of a struggle mind you guys that I have long nails, and
Beautiful, by the way.
Yes, everybody always comments on your beautiful nails.
Yeah.
I'm still capable of doing those prints, so it cannot be hard. To be fair, if you ever see me doing something, if I can do it, it can't be hard. It can't be that hard. Okay, so now I'm picking the edge and I'm gently pulling the clay out. You don't want to like force it and pull too hard, because then clay, because it's quite soft material, you can deform your prints. And hint is not a huge issue, but when you, for example, want to get out the gear, then be just patient, take your time, and don't get frustrated, because otherwise it will not be this nice shape of the gear. You will just get a really weirdly textured blob, to be fair. So
this sounds like experience talking.
But it is possible, it is possible to get the gears with the clay as well. But I would go for the freezer option, because it will be much faster and less frustrating. And we tested yesterday, because we were chit-chatting on the WhatsApp, and I was like trying to release, because I put a lot of clay in my molds, and I was like, shoot, now we have the clay in the molds, and I cannot pop it with my nails. I don't want to press too hard on the back of the mold, because it's just a plastic. And again, if I will press too hard, I will make a hole, and I don't want to have a hole in the mold. Who would like to have it? No one. So yeah, so I was struggling, and Bella was like, yeah, put it in the freezer. And to be fair, at the first moment, I thought that she's like just joking, like just
pulling your leg.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, if you say so. And it did work beautifully. Couple seconds in the freezer, and it did work out. Okay, I have my hinges.
Really? Sorry, just a comment. One is very nice. Un saludo de Costa Rica. Hola! Y dice,
Hola!
I cannot see you from the marathon. Yes, I want to remember that the 30th of December, we had this crazy marathon. We stay, I even don't remember how many hours, from the morning till night, all together with all the artists from Stamperia and Stamperia Friends. And this is the incredible day that we have. It's available online, and we will divide it in small video, and I will upload personally each and every one of your hours of marathon, so you will see all the
14 videos.
Yeah,
because there were 14 of us.
Yeah, 14 videos. We will have
14 hours.
14 hours.
And
also, you mentioned WhatsApp, and I want to show to our people the picture that we send in our chat, the Stamperia Lab. Are you ready, girls and the girls?
We're ready. That's real behind the scenes. BTS.
I love those meetings in the lab, because we can just chit chat, and I actually can get something done, because it's kind of like I'm famous from not finishing projects during the live. So hopefully this way will help me out with that issue. So I have my hinges, and I picked the clay from the openings, and with Stamperia glossy gel, and I love that product. Lately I did the video with my favorite products of 2020, and glossy gel is one of them. Just amazing, beautiful product. It will hold everything. And with clay, if you want to attach clay that it's wet, you have to remember that while it's drying, it will shrink a little bit. You can see it on my project here that it cracked a little bit. It's because of the shrinkage of the material. So I'm trying not to go with the glue up to the edge. I'm trying to focus on the middle part. And I know that right now, because I had quite dirty hands, so my white clay looks Not
Beatrice,
camera friendly.
oh, the Beatrice is asking, I think, because I don't understand any word in French, but that the oil doesn't affect the gluing. No.
It
Because
does.
you don't
That's
put it on
why
the back.
we don't put the oil in the bag.
That's why you say it's important to don't put oil on the back. Yeah.
Yeah. I will later on write Beatrice a message because I will use the amazing tool that it's a Google Translator to make
Oh,
me
thank
speak
goodness
French.
for Google Translate. It is my best friend.
Okay, so now I'm gently. Okay, you cannot
Okay,
see.
Stephanie needs to say, because Stephanie's just put a question, where do you buy Lady Vagabond? Stephanie, you have to tell Stamperia what country you're in, because
If she's asking matter of crowds, that means that they are from USA.
Yeah.
She was asking Jess directly. So
Just to Stamperia on Facebook or YouTube also, yeah. And we will
or
find
you can contact this. If you go on Stamperia's website, you can contact. There's an email address there, the marketing email address, and Gabriella will get back to you.
Yeah, viva Gabriella! Ciao.
okay.
Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. Come back to Olga.
Okay.
Now.
So now I'm pressing really gently because clay is it's a clay. If I will press too hard, it will get smoothed. So I'm using a needle, and I'm just pressing in the areas that you would have like scoring of the hinge to make sure that it's adhered, and it looks like it adhered perfectly. So I will add one more here. So let's just repeat that that procedure. I'm going into my gel. I'm putting a nice generous amount of the gel on the back of my mold, and then we will just go here, okay, and fold it gently. And all the excess might be already pressed because I don't need the whole glob of clay on the back of my project. I just wanted to adhere nicely. And now in those areas that already have the line, I'm just gently pressing it down to make sure that everything will adhere nicely. If you got a little bubble, you can fix it till the clay.
The difference is by using a clay that when you take it out from the molds, then you can always play and sculpting it if you
yes,
want.
you can bend it.
You can use any oil. It's just something that will be slippery and will protect clay from sticking to the plastic. And thank you for translation from French, because my French is not existing.
Well, mine is non-existent completely. Thank goodness for Google Translate.
I can say only really rude things, so I will not show.
I can say bonjour, je t'aime. You know, the stuff you learn in movies.
I can add a couple more things, but they are not today's live friendly.
See, Belinda is going on with coloring the beautiful.
I'm playing nicely. I know at this stage it looks like an absolute mess because it's just blobs of color everywhere. I've been putting black in the windows so that the windows will show up. I like to bring out the details, the things that are recessed. So I like to put the black in there so that those will show up. And I'm going to... Right, now I'm going to start. So I've done black on the pens. I have done black and brown on So Vagabond. And there's a little bit of white spot there. And I have done the pink for Lady Vagabond. And I'm going to put that on one side to dry. And I'm now going
what do you mean about the powder? You mean before the mold?
Yes, you can also use baby powder or
the cornstarch. So
or cornstarch from your kitchen.
I don't use powder because it just doesn't do the trick for me. I like to use oil, and I have an oil handy. For powder, I would have to make like a whole trip to another room, and it's just more convenient, and I just prefer it like that. It's not like one is better over the other,
It's
but
personal preference as well.
Exactly, and I often go with resin into my molds, so I don't want powder to adhere to my resin later on, because it will infect the smoothness of my resin, and yeah, just like preference. It's nothing especially better with using the powder. I just
I have a question for Monica. The job is wonderful. Thank you. And what is the name of the ink? These are the new ink, are alcohol ink that will come out on the next collection. So we will talk about it soon. So they are ink color right now.
So the next collection is coming like soon, not like 2 years from now. It's we can already start to looking forward for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay, so I will build up my composition quite quick, because I more or less. Wait, I will just put you a little bit higher.
In the meanwhile, can I have a coffee? Okay.
Yes, so we will add elements, and because the surface is not even, so I will use my clay leftovers and a gel, the same gel.
Another question.
Yes,
Sorry.
to answer her question, can
no
you
worries.
put antiquing paste on the resin? Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
But if you have painted it, so it depends on what your base layer is on top of the resin. So yes, you can use antiquing paste straight onto the resin, but if you have painted it with your Allegro paint, you need to put a coat of varnish or the mixed media glue over your paint, and then put your antiquing paste. If you want to just have a quick look over here, I have done this project with Antoni's owl, and I'm going to try and hold it up close and get it to the light. So I used the Matone KAL20 for this, and then I put it over the top with the antiquing paste, so you can see how beautifully it works. But I did, before I put the antiquing paste on, I put a layer of mixed media glue to seal the paint, because although acrylic paint is waterproof, it's still going to go on a lot darker. When you try and rub off the excess, it's not going to work as well.
It has certain tooth to the paint, so it likes like to grab the paste.
Yeah, so it's always good. You can put it straight on. You know what, as with all these things, one learns by experimenting, and you might personally prefer the darker look, in which case don't put the mixed media glue on. But because I was also working over the top of all these other surfaces and papers, I just protected everything with the mixed media glue before I put the antiquing paste on. And I'm about to use...
It's always good to have this extra coat of protection, because in case that something will go wrong with your colors, you can just easily fix it, wipe it. Because
yes, you can wipe it off. So I am holding these upside down. I just realized, because I always have to work upside down with my camera.
People that love the old. It's beautiful. Okay.
Yes, the molds are just gorgeous. Mm-hmm. So these are the colors that I use for making rust. And it's the Terra d'Ombra, the Matone, and please help me with this word. It's
no, do it.
Arancione. Say it for me.
Almost.
Arancione.
Brava.
Arancione, Terra d'Ombra, and Matone.
Naranja. El color naranja. Vale.
Okay, did I use an acrylic ball for what? I'm not understanding that question, Monica.
Belly of the owl.
Oh,
belly of
sorry.
the
Thank
owl.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I used a Christmas ornament and I put the cogs and gears and I made him into a shaker. So I don't know if you can see that shaking around in there. So it's half a Christmas ornament like this. It's just the smaller one, like that.
And of course, it have a gear inside. It
Of
should
course,
be
it has
like,
gear and it has a little bit of glitter.
because you
So-
can't have Bella's project without any touch of steampunk. You know, at least in
No.
the back, a tiny
I
gear.
hide it somewhere. I hide it. It has to be there. Yes. So I am going to squeeze out a little bit of matone.
Matone, brick.
Bricks. Yes, terracotta bricks.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put terra de ombra, which is that dark earth.
Yes. Shadow.
Yes.
Ombra.
Shadow.
Like this.
And I'm going to put a teeny tiny bit of orange.
Orange. Okay.
Italian with Oma during the MixMedia
Yes,
Extravaganza.
one can learn all sorts of things.
It's the arts class. It's a language course. It's our life is it's a family.
Social
stuff. Because everybody
experiment,
is
you know, just name it.
It's familia. Oh.
Okay, so
And you
I'm
do
building
realize
my
that we've been
composition.
going for nearly an hour, Olga. How much time do we still have, Omar? Are we allowed to carry on?
Well, let's go a little bit ahead and we will see.
I need like 10 more minutes because I figured out my composition. So while Bella was showing the colors, I just adhered all my elements. This belt is hanging off the canvas of the surface. On the next meeting, when everything is dry, I will just heat it up with the heat gun and I will bend it. If you want to see how Bella is bending Stamperia hinges, there is a video on YouTube, so you can check it out. It's really, really cool video, and she taught me that technique because I was always a clay girl, and my argument was like, yeah, but you cannot bend the resin. And then I met Belinda, and she said like, oh yes, you can. Oh yes, you can. Girl,
Never
you
say
have
never
no
to me.
idea. Girl, you have no idea. So yeah,
It's like a challenge.
with this glossy gel that it's very, very thick gel medium, basically.
And
With
why,
the nice finish.
Olga, why
I'm just
you
sticking
are
with
using
everything.
the glossy gel instead like another glue?
Because this one is epoxy resin, this one is polyurethane resin, this one is chipboard, this is the clay, and I use the mixed materials and plastic, because resin is a plastic, do not like to stick well to the surfaces. So I'm using glossy gel because it will hold better those mixed materials. If I would just go with the paper itself, or paper and chipboard, or paper and even those wooden elements, I would grab this one, Cola Extra Forte, or MixMedia glue, one of those, because they would be enough. In this case, it will be hanging on the wall, and it always nice
Gravity
when your
sucks.
elements. Yeah, exactly. It's always nice when your elements stay on your artwork where you put them and where you want to have them. So it's quite nice and secure way to add your elements, and it will dry perfectly transparent. So even if I will get some blobs here and there, I'm not worried about them because you will not see them. So yeah, and I put a piece of clay in the middle underneath to make sure that it's sticking out a little bit. That I have some dimension, and I see that it's still not even. So let's grab a gear and just glide it underneath to make sure that it will. You can see how well it was holding. I struggled with lifting up my element.
It's already working. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's just
already
the most
started,
amazing stuff.
because I put a lot and I push it down, so it's already starting to bind. And but you can still before it's like rock hard, you can still play around and move your elements. Just keep that in mind that each time when you move something, you are adding to your waiting time. So like, let's say it would dry in 2 hours. So if after 1 hour you will move the elements, then again, you look at the 2 hours of waiting, not just 1 hour left. You know, it's really important.
Like starting again. Yes.
Yeah, because every time when you move it, you're breaking those bindings.
Binding.
Oh my God. Yeah,
It's okay.
breaking
I can only say one word in Polish, and that's talk.
But it's a good word because now I'm so happy that I didn't taught you any naughty Polish because I have horrible.
Those are
habits.
always, whenever somebody teaches you their language, they always teach you the worst words first.
Yeah.
It's just,
and not only that, but I also I'm a little bit weird with my sense of humor, so I would tell you that it means like hello or something like that, just to have fun one day. And oh my God, that would be so awkward in the lab.
okay, Omar, I can see you've switched to me. So now I have started with the matone, and I have put it all over my pieces. And now I'm going to start with the terra d'ombre, and I'm just taking a little bit on my brush and I'm going to tap it randomly all over my pieces, because at this stage I have no idea where I'm putting these pieces on my actual canvas. I like to have, if this is north and that is south, which it is, I like to have my shadow coming from, now I'm working upside down, so I like it coming from the right hand side, so it needs to come from this side. So the highlight, so my shadow needs to be darker on that side. It's just personal preference. When I am painting something, I like it to have a little bit more interest than same all over. So I am just going to put less of the darker color on this side, and then I'm going to just use the other side of my brush, and I'm going to grab some of this unpronounceable arancione and put it on that side. And so I will have like the highlights on my piece on this side. And these ones I'm just going to make random because, as I say, I'm not quite sure where I'm putting them on my piece. I can work on them next week when we do the final finishing touches and we put everything together. We can decide where the highlights will be.
Yes. And using this color in this sequence without drying, by using one and each other, they
blend beautifully together. They blend beautifully, yeah. So then the other thing I'm going to do, you can see this sitting on one side. I'm not sure which one of these gears I want to use, but I know that I want to link everything together with a whole lot of gears. And something that I prefer to do is, before I actually take them out of the sheet, I am going to give them a very light coat with this. So I'm not filling all those little gaps and gluing it together. I'm just going to give it a light coat of the paint.
They are made by cardboard, so
yes,
they will soak perfectly all the colors.
Just remember to not go too heavy-handed when they are still in the because Bella is really light-handed, and it's just like smearing the color, because if you will put too much, acrylic paint will just secure them
and you'll never get them out. Yes, there will be a permanent fixture in their background. So I'm going to just push these guys out the way so that I can bring this closer over here. There we go. No, I didn't mean to put it in the terrain.
Compartir el vídeo. Es muy importante compartir el vídeo porque se puede ganar una pizza box, porque mañana tenemos el café con Giovanni Marín. Vamos a elegir los amigos que han ganado la pizza y otro regalito de Stamperia. So share the video. Okay.
Share the video. If you're on YouTube, like the video, because that's always good for
Yeah, we are. Always when you have a channel that you like to watch, and I hope that everyone here knows that Stamperia have the channel on YouTube where you can find all kind of nice stuff. And I'm just adding pieces of clay here because I have the light bulb. I believe that it's one of the Antoni's molds.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I had Ladies Vagabond Flying House. I refuse to call it a ship because it's a house. So
Airship.
I cut off the wings, and now they will be attached to the light bulbs. So to make everything nice and even, I just add blobs of clay. It will dry solid. If you don't have clay, you can also use. Oh my God, the amazing product of Stamperia that is pasta structura. I don't have it because I ran out.
Finished it.
But you can
Because
use
it's
it
your favorite.
to stick stuff.
We have,
Yeah.
we have a question, Belinda, that's from Monica.
Yes.
And she's asking if she can use Vivace instead of Allegro.
Divace, can you explain the
Okay, so
for
Vivace comes out so the finish is the difference. Yes, you can use it. If that is what you've got, you can use it. But then what I would do over the top, because I want this to look like rust has a very matte finish, and Vivace has a shiny finish when it is dry. So if you do use the Vivace paints in the same colors, I would then finish with Stamperia's matte
gel.
You get this ultra matte finish, extra matte finish. I would put this over the top to kill that extreme shine. But yes, you can do that as well. And again, I'm using very little on my brush, and you can do exactly the same technique.
So you can compliments for Olga composition. The Olga composition.
Thank you.
It's coming out.
So
amazing. Can you come closer to the camera? I want to see later the composition.
Wait, I will fix camera closer now, so you will see all the detail. So the top of Belinda's flying house have this tiny flag. So I want to have that flag. I like to cut molds and castings into pieces and then assemble something totally different. Here we have propeller. Yeah, we have propeller, and you have 3 of them on the mold. That makes me super happy because they are very steampunky element, but they will also work beautifully with a sea themed project. And in general with masculine ones, and they just look gorgeous when you put wax on them and when you paint them. So yeah, one will go here, and let me dive into my little box with elements.
A nice comment from Anna. Watching you bot creating is like watching a carousel. With lots of energy, many things going on at the same time, and we start feeling dizzy, but we cannot stop smiling and loving it. Anna here.
Oh my God. If you think that watching us live is like carousel, you should, go shopping.
In real life.
Okay.
We're so glad we can finish each other's sentences.
Oh my God, it's soon people will start to assume that we are married, and I will be your coffee maker because I just made a rule that the husband is doing the coffee. Oh no. Okay, so I like to have my
you make decent coffee.
And
bonjour. Okay.
Oh my God, I don't know if I can add the 3rd one. If something will happen, if I will have just 2 propellers on my project, I mean, yeah, I know. Probably I will add the 3rd one on some stage because it have to be an even number. Otherwise, we will not fall asleep.
Okay, so you can see I've just made random colors on my board, and I'm going to leave that to dry really, really well, I will pull them out during the week and have them ready to go for next week to build up behind all my other objects.
Yeah,
And
and
then I
remember, guys, if you paint the elements first and then you pull them from the thing, just wait until they dry, because otherwise the chipboard will start to separate and you will lose the perfectly round shape.
I have a question. Can you speed up the process, Belinda, using a dryer? If you don't
Yes,
have
you can. You absolutely can. But you don't want to be sitting here watching me speeding up the process. You can do that at home with pleasure. You don't want to be watching a video of paint drying. I mean, there are, I think there are websites you can go and watch.
No shaming for those who like to watch drying paint or pouring paint. Come on, you know that it's my favorite thing.
If we had to finish today, then I would dry it, but we don't. We've got next week, so I'm
another appointment. So okay.
Yeah, and it's actually Belinda's process. Like always, when we craft together, she also like we will meet, and of course, I'm just sitting and yapping my mouth, and she's making progress and doing all preps. So she always prep everything ahead and then assemble it together. When I like to do the whole composition and then struggle with painting a lot.
Yes, it's just easier for me if I paint everything.
Now, Belinda, you are using not this product, they are the chipboards.
Yes, so there's a line that came out recently called Decorative Chips, and they are the beautiful white chipboard. And I'm not painting this one in situ because I don't need all of those ones this time. I might want to make those verdigris or something else. So I pulled out the two corner pieces that I want to use on my canvases to frame the overall finished look, and I am just rusting these ones up
with the same technique of
technique. So I'm doing first the matone, and then I'm doing the terra d'ombra, and then once I start putting everything together, I will put the Sarantica on to highlight the side that I want on the right hand side.
We have a question.
I missed you saying that. I missed you saying the shadows go on the outside.
Marycraft.
Yes.
Which mold are you using to create the propeller?
Yes, so propeller is one second.
Ese es un molde que es la colección de Anthony.
Yeah, it's this one. It is.
I have it.
Oh, you've got it. Okay.
I have it, and I have it with the number.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And here you have 3 of them next to the flying ship. And here I had like tiny one, because there have to be 3 elements. Come on, come. Oh my God, wait, because the camera went crazy.
There we go.
Yes, so here I have the tiny one, and it's the element that was on the bottom of the airship. I just cut it off, snap it from the.
And you've also used the wings from the airship as well.
Yeah, so right now I have just the house left. And I would send it around the house, because you can still use the house. It just happened that I molded in total. If I knew what I'm going for, I would just mold the
piece you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah,
but we don't always. You don't always know till you see. That's the problem.
And I don't mind the fact that I have to cut it apart and still have the house. And, next time, who knows, maybe I will need a house, and then it's already there. So basically, all my elements are already here that I want to have. We have the flying light bulb, and all those elements will have to be painted. So I will start painting them right now, and probably will go with the 2 coats of paint. Just wait, because I'm looking for, so I will also use Allegra, and I will pick Nero, because I want them, all the elements will be black, because I will go with the wax on them later on, and it will be just a nice background, and more colors will appear on the next meeting. I just want to start to paint them, and you can see why Belinda's way of painting stuff first is easier, because like with the clock, it will be tricky to paint only the clock and not the background. Okay, so as I don't have palette knife because I'm prepared well, like always, I will just squeeze a little bit of my paint on my pieces, and I'm quite delicate because it would be optimal to wait until they dry before you will start to paint them. And I don't have to go twice because the paint will give me a nice coverage. And just all those pieces have to be painted black. And when your clay is not dry yet, then be really like delicate, because even with the pressure that you put with your brush, you can just flatten it down, and
you can lose detail.
Yeah, it will lose all the details. So around the clock, I would just like fiddle with my brush on top to make sure that the clock is black, but nothing underneath, like the background is
We have a questions from Fraulina. Was the clay down where the stamp from Anthony's is?
Yes, Christiana, that clay we put on the last meeting. I just pressed the clay on my piece in a little bit of MixMedia glue, I believe. It was MixMedia glue or glossy gel. And then you press the stamp into clay and you get the impression. Yeah.
Okay,
Liliana
I've now painted.
She loved the ball.
This one is dry already, and this part have to be, painted as well. So, yeah. So you can switch to Bella because me just painting black everything.
Okay, let's switch. And let's
like
see,
I've been painting everything brown.
Monica Santos say that she have to rewatch the first Extravaganza, Volume 1, to learn how Olga created.
How we started.
The background, yes.
Okay. With the we almost done, so we can put us both on the screen because we just do the paint job. Thank you, Jess.
Okay, so I have taken out the compass from also the decorative chips, and I have done exactly the same technique. And again, I am just highlighting on. For me, the right-hand side. For you, the left-hand side, because it's upside down.
This is one of my favorites.
I just love this piece. And I'm adding it to my pile of already made things. And then I've decided that I want, because if you see Antoni's paper with this airship, it's really rusty. So I want to add some of the paint to his airship.
Yeah, to the cast. And it was painted with the alcohol inks, yeah?
Yes, so I'm just going over the top of the alcohol ink because I can, because it works. And I need a little bit darker. I need some more of the terra d'ombre.
Is here. Adri, hello, welcome.
Hello, Adri. Oh my God, so nice to see you. So yeah, actually, whole team and the hop crew, everyone are here.
It's so cool.
We will
it's
hear
like a meeting
about you in the next days. I think so.
Yeah, Bella, why are you adding the paint? Because it adds texture as well, yeah?
It adds texture, and I want that rusty look because I'm going to put the Sarantica over the top, and I want it to look a little bit more like his paper does. I really like that look. So now I'm going to pop my brush in the water because I'm finished with that. And now you will have to wash paint dry because I want to dry this quickly so that I can do the Sarantica and it will all then be ready for next week.
Yeah,
I love to be in the middle, in the between of these two crazy girls. They're amazing.
Oh my God, I cannot wait till.
I don't think Omar knows what he's got himself into, no.
Because I'm pretty sure that on one day the world will settle down a little bit, and we will be allowed to go to any crafty meeting. You have no idea what did you just get yourself into, Omar. Seriously.
I can wait. I can wait, really.
Okay, so I'm bringing this guy back and these guys back and my Sarantica, my gold Sarantica, and my big fluffy brush. So I'm going to grab a whole lot of Sarantica on my big fluffy brush, and let's start with these guys. And I'm just going to go over the top. And so
All details.
all the texture will be
pop out.
Yeah.
Yes, so it doesn't, the brush doesn't go right into the grooves. So where the alcohol ink was, it stays nice and dark. But it picks up all the detail of the beautiful wording. I don't think you can see that, and I don't think my camera will focus. No, it won't.
Just put something behind it,
Yeah,
like put it on your hand.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, from here, Belinda, we can really appreciate all the small details that the pen has in the top of and it is beautiful.
The most beautiful details.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite is going over Lady Vagabond's airship, because...
Can we see this process, Bella? Can we see the process closer to the camera? Because it is...
Okay. So
wow.
Is it too far away? Is that better? Okay. So, will it focus? Let's see.
Yes,
So,
just try to not move the hand that you have on lower. Yeah.
Oh my God, put a hearts. I want to put a lot of hearts.
So now you can see that it starts to pick up all the details. Every little window pane has little crisscrosses in it. The roof tiles, there's roof tiles up here, there's bricks. There's just the most amazing detail on this mold that it picks up as soon as you start putting the Sarantica wax over the top.
And this technique works so well because even if your paint job wasn't perfect, the sheen will hide all the imperfections, and it just such a cool look. And to be fair, the camera will never add the real look, because I saw them in the real life and they look just fabulous. But shiny stuff are super hard to show.
It's very hard to capture on camera. Let's see.
And what you said at the beginning, Belinda, was true about the color. That at the beginning they show very aggressive, but now with the Sarantica effect,
with the Sarantica over the top, it brings out the detail and it doesn't look quite so garish.
Me encanta. Chulísimo.
It really... So I'm going to make the wings quite gold.
Shamela, Sarantica cannot be exported because it's a solvent-based product, and solvents cannot be moved between European Union and other countries right now because of the law restrictions when we are in the times of crisis.
Linda, so what color is the Sarantica? Karen is asking. Can you show
It is gold. Sarantica gold. Oreo.
Oro.
Like the cookie.
Wow. This is the Anthony's ships. Ship of Anthony's. Yeah. And
just picking up that detail, and it's got tiny little rivets, and it picks up all that detail and the crisscrosses in the window here. All those beautiful details.
Another full of hearts. I need to put a lot of other hearts. Just beautiful, beautiful. Great craft.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So,
where is my thing?
Love it. Again. Brilliant.
So this technique works beautifully over the paint as well, because I've only ever shown it before just over the alcohol inks. But I wanted to show on here where I wanted it to look so rusty like the paper is. It works just as perfectly over the Allegra paints. Beautiful. And now I'm going to pick up the details in the train at the bottom.
We have a lot of comment. Absolutely beautiful. Incredible.
It's like that
Lovely.
aha moment. You know, it's like
Mandy, Angela,
it
put a lot of
goes.
hearts.
It's like the ugly duckling story because they weren't looking so pretty just now, and
Yeah,
now
but
they're
I
gorgeous.
have to admit that we know each other not from today, not from yesterday, even. And when you first start to play out with that technique, and you send me a work in progress picture, like when you just put the ink on the piece, I was like, oh well, now I'm looking forward to see how you will pull that off.
How I will recover it, yes.
But this one looks amazing, and Bella is the expert from full rust technique in general. With I believe that even in the middle of the desert or the island, if you put Belinda over there, she will find a way to make the art, and she will find a way to make it rusty. So absolutely
take something brand new and make it look old. So we'll do the same with this one. So this one was just painted.
You see, Belinda, Monica say that she was skeptical about the pink at the beginning, but now she said that it's come out beautiful, wonderful.
Hey, guys, do not doubt Bella. She's always right. And in case of those rusty elements, because you would not think that the acrylic paint will have such a texture, but because of the way that she put it, and I know what everyone is thinking. You starting with like orange and brown paint, and you look on the screen and you're like, what the heck that lady is doing? She's just splotching that paint like randomly. It looks like nothing nice, and then 5 minutes later you have beautiful piece, because the Serantica will pick up all the detail. Just amazing. I could watch her waxing stuff for hours.
I know. Instead of watching paint dry, we'll just watch me wax stuff.
Yeah. So the compass is beautiful. Believe me, it's very beautiful.
But it's really entertaining to watch you.
Right, I think I've done nearly all my pieces.
Pink is not a color. Pink is a style.
It's a lifestyle. I like it. Yes.
Actually,
it's so funny because I have bright pink hair and I wear bright pink lipstick, but I very seldom actually work with pink in my art. Everybody expects to see like Bella's art really, really bright pink, but it's very seldom that I actually use bright pink.
Come on, I would say that this hot neon pink is definitely Belinda pink color. But if we talk about the creation, I see turquoise, I see reds, like rust, orange, browns, with a touch of pink.
Okay, I'm just clearing my desk. It's the push back and clear. We all have that, the push back and clear.
I just can't cope with pushing, so I just flip the camera, because I just have the paint job to get done. And
we have questions for Maricraft for Belinda, and she's asking if for you is more important in your art, your project, the color of the background or the metal finish, the brilliant finish,
So for me, it's not about, I'm not understanding the question. Is it more important? I'm wanting to link everything up. So at the moment, I had the gold from where I started last week through the stencil. And I'm wanting to link these two canvases together with the gold on the Serantica on my objects. So right now I have a very pink house over here, and this is going to bother me that it's standing out. It's the only thing that is pink. So I'm going to have to think of some way of bringing pink in somewhere else, even if it's just small elements in my canvas to lead your eye across. And I'm going to have these elements on my projects as well. So next week I'm going to be building up my composition using all the bits and pieces that I've painted today. Because remember, I have got all of these cogs and gears to use and link everything together. And then this is the only thing that I have not yet painted today. And in my mind, I'm thinking I will probably make this bright pink to go behind these things and link them all together.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to suggest, that you still have those text pieces and they easily can be pink with gold that will like link everything together.
That will link everything together, because there's always got to be, like you heard Olga contemplating only having 2 of the propellers, and both of us like to work with odd numbers because it's more comfortable as a decorative element and it helps to lead your eye around your project. So I will probably prepare these and have them all pink and ready to go next week, because next week we will be putting this whole lot together and making it a cohesive project.
Sky Blue, that she loved the diary. Honestly, it looks like real leather. There's a handy thing you did on it, because it looked like 3D from the camera.
It does. It really does. That's what Olga was saying earlier. Is
it looks like that in real life as well. You stroke your fingers over that surface, and you don't believe that it's flat. Actually,
it doesn't. It doesn't look like it's just paper. It's the lady that does the graphics for Stamperia. She is just unbelievable, because I sent her the original photograph of my granny's album, and this is exactly what it looks like. But just a miniature version of it. And it's just incredible. She's a genius.
Yes, absolutely. And Rim would say that she loves your voice, Belinda. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, so I see that the project, or your project, Belinda, is starting to, to show up. Really. I can see now where we are going to do. But of course, you will add a lot of things. And we have the Olga Extravaganza here. Hello, baby.
And you don't see my messy desk anymore. So this is my project. And the interesting thing is that we work opposite to certain level, because Bella likes to have everything pre-painted and then fiddle with the composition. When I have the composition, so like this week you got the building of the elements from me and paint job from Bella, and next week we will reverse the roles, because the only thing that left for me is like paint it and add a vintage effect. And I still don't know if I will go with Anthony's Space or my very, very personal favorite, Patina Umbra. Because I want the vintage look, and I want it to look like you would find that piece, in somebody's trunk in the attic. So it have been through stuff, basically. So we will first add the colors, and then we will focus on just distressing and adding the shadows. I will paint all the clay elements black. I will leave the part that it's here with the texture paste, the small detail. Wait. Focus. No, my light is bad on this angle, but I have a little bit of the texture paste. So that part I will leave white, because it will look so nice with the patina. And I'm quite happy with the progress of the process. I'm really happy with myself with this project. So yeah, next week it's gonna be fun. I'm already excited.
Lots of comments. You are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, it was okay. So now I think that it's enough for today. I still suggest to go and watch the previous episode, so you can understand how this girl arrived to this point. And we will go ahead with Extravaganza Volume 3. I can't wait. Of course, my crown.
Yes, you had it on last time. You have to have your crown on this time.
I hope that people will like that way, because if they will like the way that we work week by week, maybe next time we can in the future, we can post the materials that we are planning to use, and you can craft along with us. That would be cool as well. You know, we are doing stuff here, people working at home, so that would be another level of extravaganza.
Very good. So, girls, thank you so much. Remember that tomorrow we will be live with Giovanni Marin. So we will have the cafe and we'll chit chat a little bit and we'll announce the winner of the pizza box and all the prizes from Stamperia.
Yes, so you know what to do. You know, like, share. If you are on YouTube, like, comment, and and just hope that you will be the lucky winner, because it's the best pizza that you can get, actually.
Yeah.
The calorie-free pizza.
Calorie-free. Girls, I want to kiss you, hug you, and say
Which side? You are here.
the time with you fly. And I leave you with the beautiful Lady Vagabond paper video, so people can see how beautiful and all the details that Belinda create, and this whole world of steampunk and this Lady Vagabond creation.
Last one thing, you know, because it's really hard to get the concept between vagabonds. If you want to get it and you didn't see it, go to Stamperia YouTube channel. There is super cool video that it's explains everything and links everything for you. There is a message in the bottle, and just check it out, because it's an awesome video, and then you can get some inspiration. How to work
Do you want it now? Do you want it now, baby?
Yes. Yeah, put it on.
This is my present for you to stay with me and all our friends. Remember to share this video. See you tomorrow. See you next week with Monica, Belinda, Olga, Giovanni, all our friends. Kisses. Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.